Okay, today we are playing a game on Numbani. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Roadhog on defense and Winston on attack. And our current team composition is Diva, Roadhog, Soldier 76, Mei, Mercy, and Moira. So it's mostly average, though the Mei is very unusual. This is one of the better maps if you're going to play Mei, because there's a lot of places to wall people off, because, you know, you've got the doorway up, you got the doorway down. Putting it in the middle of the street is very inconvenient if they decide to go up mid. If they come around the side, there's an archway over there you can wall them off in as well, and Blizzard is still a strong ultimate. So, there's that. It's just... Mei herself is just not very helpful, you know? Like... I don't know what they're gonna do to Mei, because they did say that they're looking at her to balance her, but I don't know what they're gonna do to Mei. It seems... She's just one of those heroes that is very hard to imagine existing as a different hero. You know? Like Torbjorn. What are they going to do to Torbjorn? It's just so weird to think about because... I don't know, it's just hard to imagine them being any other way. I mean, I guess that's true of all the heroes. Whatever. Anyway, this is post-Mercy nerf anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're just going to start the game. Fuck it. Who cares? So we're defending first, as you might have noticed by the fact we're on the defense side of the map and we're playing Roadhog. So we've got to play this waiting game where we wait to see which doorway they're going to decide to come out of, because there's a lot of ways you can come on Numbani. At this point, if you don't see them up in this doorway, it's starting to look a little suspicious, and they do decide to come up from beneath us. Now we do make the very risky maneuver of jumping down right in front of the doorway when we've got no idea what's in this doorway waiting for us. And Roadhog's pretty easy to kill if you're out of position, and if you're right in front of the enemy team, that can really easily be out of position, so... Play it a little calmer and, like, see what's directly underneath you before you jump down on top of them. It's pretty important to know what the enemy team is going to be before you, like, go in super aggressively, basically. So here we're playing real far back. Like, we should just walk through the shield. Like, we're kind of breaking the shield, but we could just walk through and kill that Orisa because she's been walled off over there. We see we've just lost Mercy and Soldier. Awful news. We've lost the fight. We lost 2 people really quickly. They're not down anybody right now. Our only other DPS is Mei, which is really bad. This is the issue with Mei. She doesn't do a lot of damage. She's good at killing people, but she doesn't do a lot of damage. There is a distinction between those two things. So, if you lose your other DPS and you've only got Mei, it's pretty unfortunate. We could have gone in more aggressively on that Orisa after she got walled off, rather than sitting back and plinking away at the shield, but... Probably doesn't matter regardless, because the people we lost were kind of important for us to actually hold on to the objective. So now we're on the street phase of Numbani, legendarily difficult to defend checkpoint. We are very far up right now. We shouldn't be doing this because we know that there's a Roadhog and a McCree on the enemy team. So if we get hooked, we're fucking dead. Because Roadhog's going to pull us forward, and then McCree's going to be like, hey, and now you're not going to move for a little bit after that. He might even interrupt your, take a breather, in which case you're really fucked. So we've got to be real careful about standing out in the open in front of the enemy team, because getting hooked is certain death. As you would hope that it is, but it, is especially so versus their team comp right now. It's scary in general, because we don't have a shield tank on our team, so, like, if you get hooked versus that team, you're fucked. You'd hope that you were fucked if you got hooked anyway, but, like, you get hooked, you got Discord orb on you get flashbanged when you try and run away, you got Orisa to halt you got Junkrat throwing shit at you got Orisa doing damage to you. You are super mega dead if you get hooked versus that team. And we don't have anything that can block a hook on our team, so that's scary.
Oh my god.
Mei has changed to Reaper, which isn't that much better, honestly, because it's really hard for Reaper to approach that team. Because, like, you gotta watch out for getting hooked. You gotta watch out for getting flashbanged. You gotta watch out that Junkrat isn't just gonna explode you as you're walking towards them. Even if you do get close to Junkrat, he can blast you away. Orisa is gonna be pelting you the whole time. She can fuck you up with halt. It's a hard team for Reaper to approach. And there aren't that many options for him on this map either, because of course we didn't defend the street phase on Numbani. Of course that didn't happen. So now he's got, like, very few options for approaching them, and they're a hard team to approach. So we've hooked Reaper McCree. A very different hero. He's dead now. We're missing Mercy. It's alright, we still got Orisa. What am I saying? Oh my god, English is a hard language. We've still got Moira. So we've still got a main healer. Well, we trade hooks back and forth. We can just walk away, though, because there's no follow-up crowd control on their team. So now their Moira is dead. D.Va's gone in and is fucking them up. We don't have our hook for this moment, which is unfortunate. Probably didn't need to try and hook her, but when do we hook? She's getting kind of fucked up, but it's like the same time we push the hook, so unfortunate. We are sitting like kind of far back. We could be playing more. We could be playing more forward than we are right now, because we're letting people stand. Like basically, we want to be in front of the other people still. Like we are still a tank. We don't want Soldier to have to play the front line if we're playing Roadhog, because we're meant to be the front line more than Soldier is, basically. So we could be playing more forward than we were right there. So they're coming in. Oh god, we hobble away. It's okay, he's not chasing us. Fight's going well over here, so we get back around here, and everything's basically done by this point. So here's Junkrat. Junkrat's killed Soldier, but like Junkrat's also going to die, and he is extremely staggered compared to the rest of his team, so that's bad. Believe it or not, staggering yourself is bad. I know, this is a very new development. Reaper has gone over there and died, because why the fuck was he over there? He shouldn't have been doing that. I'm, like, impressed that the Roadhog could react that quickly to us, honestly. Like, he earned that hook, as far as I'm concerned. He just barely got us. And he didn't have a very big window, either. Which is funny, because we're a very big target. So, there goes Reaper. Dying, again, being a very productive member of society. I'm really glad that he decided to pick Mei and then change to Reaper, because, boy, he's doing a great job. So we're going to use Whole Hog now. We've been kind of sitting on it for a while, but there hasn't been a great opportunity to use it, honestly. We do, like, kill the Bongo, really fuck up their push right there, which is the point of Whole Hog. It's not a very good aggressive ultimate. It's better for tempering the enemy team's aggression, and that is what it did right there. Miss our hook, unfortunate, feels bad. Did not need to use Take a Breather right there. We use it and gain very little value out of it because we don't even recover 50 health. And this is just one of those things where, like, Take a Breather is a pretty long cooldown, but it doesn't even matter if the cooldown is long. In Overwatch, your abilities are very important, right? Like, the ability, like, your ultimate is the most important thing about your hero, and then the abilities are, like, the second most important thing. Not many heroes are defined by their weapon. There are a few. You know, Widowmaker is pretty defined by her weapon. But your abilities are really important. You don't want to just use them for the sake of using them. Like, you want to actually gain value out of using them. And this is most commonly seen with, like, soldiers, right? Where they put their biotic field down and then heal 0 health off of it, or they just put it down and immediately leave it behind because that place is too hostile to stay in. And then that's a 15-second cooldown that they gained 0 value out of. Take a Breather is the same way. It's a very long cooldown ability. It's really important for Roadhog, and it's very powerful. Like, you just don't die, and you recover a lot of health, and you get a lot of ult charge off of it. So you really don't want to use it unless you need to use it. Like, you want to get as much value out of your abilities as possible. Ana is also another very common one to fuck it up, where they'll be like, between fights, they're just sitting there healing the tank, and they're like, fuck it. So they just throw the grenade down at their feet right there. What a terrible use of company resources. You want that to use during a fight. You don't use it between fights to heal somebody up faster. That's like no value out of the grenade at all. Like, so, you know, be careful with, using your abilities. Like, you want to make sure you actually get value out of it. You don't want to use them just for the sake of using them. Roadhog is also, like, very much this way, where using both of his abilities for the sake of using them is, like, really bad, because he is very defined by his hook. And you want to be really sure you're going to hook somebody, basically. And, I mean, there's missing happening in the background the entire time. Roadhog replays have a tendency to be this way, where, one of the biggest things is, like, mechanical stuff, which is impossible to help with, really, because you just have to play the game enough until you develop the muscle memory to execute well in a variety of situations. And Roadhog is a very mechanical tank. He is... I hesitate to call Roadhog the most mechanical tank, just because I think about Orisa, and I'm like, she's like really a lot about aim at the same time, isn't she? You know, neither hero is like quite Genji or Widowmaker levels of mechanical skill, but like, Roadhog has a very heavy mechanical requirement to him. I don't know if he is the most mechanical. I would hesitate to put him over Orisa or vice versa. I think they're both pretty close. Because if you can't aim as Roadhog, you're not really playing Roadhog. But if you can't aim as Orisa, you're not playing Orisa either, so it's hard to say. Orisa does have a fucking minigun with 150 rounds in it, though, so she's got a little bit of leeway. Anyway, so Scuffle's breaking out. I'm not really sure what we went all the way upstairs for. We might have been looking for somebody. I was kind of going off on this weird tangent at the time, so I wasn't super paying attention, if I'm to be honest with you. It's a professional operation we run around here. We did spend a lot of time during that fight kind of just not really doing anything, because we went all the way upstairs, came all the way back out, then we did like this big loop around the area. Just like a very long period of time during that fight, we didn't really have any impact in the fight at all, which is bad. Because Overwatch is this way, where you don't have a lot of time. The game moves very fast. There are 3 resources in Overwatch. You've got health, you've got ult charge, and you've got time. Time is the only resource that is finite, because you can't get more time. You can always get more health, and you can always get more ult charge. You cannot get more time. And no, before some smartass is like, oh, well, if you capture the objective, you get more time. It's not really the same thing, is it? You can't just think to yourself, oh, we're getting a little low on time, I guess I'll just go capture the objective and get more time. It's not quite that way, is it? So, time is the only finite resource in this game, and Overwatch moves very fast. Entire team fights can be over in a matter of seconds. So, you really want to make sure that, you're always doing something. That's a waste of a cooldown right there, because we just took chip damage, and we healed very little off of it. You don't want to ever be doing something just for the sake of it in Overwatch. You want to always be actively contributing to winning the game in some way. Right now, we're not really being very productive, because we're kind of just waiting up here. That maybe someone will come through this way, but it's pretty unlikely. And in the end, nobody really came through this way. So now we're having to come back through here. So we spend a very long time waiting. We remove ourselves from the game basically to wait up there. And then it doesn't pay off. So we just end up wasting a bunch of time. And the fight where we do the big loop around, and we went up there and came back down, then did the loop around. That's just a lot of time you're not doing anything contributing to actually winning the game, right? And you should always be asking yourself, is what I'm doing right now productive? Is what I'm doing right now contributing to winning the game? And if the answer is no, you should probably stop doing it. You should probably be looking for something more productive to do with your time. We are, now they're resetting, so we're kind of hovering up here to see if somebody comes to try and, sneak their way through. Fair enough, but, as soon as if we figure they're coming down there mostly, we want to, get down quickly and then just, keep an eye on this area. There's a fight happening down here, and we're just, not taking part in it. By the time we arrive, Reaper's already dead. Reaper was out of position again, so, that's fucking his business and all, but, we kind of arrived to the scene of the crime late. We don't have our ultimate to use on this team fight, so that's pretty inconvenient. We are watching for the tire. There's the tire. It killed Mercy. She rezzed Soldier at least before she died. And, we've spent a lot of time during this fight not really doing very much, and I know some of it has been waiting for the tire to appear, but, we spend time not doing anything again. Well, there's the tire. Okay. Alright, now we're shooting the shield for a little bit. Now we're shooting the shield a little bit more. It's just a 10-second period we spend where we're not really doing anything. And I know you're looking for the tire as well at the same time. But the goal is that, you're keeping an eye out, but you're still contributing in the meantime, right? You don't want to just, especially while a fight is happening, you don't want to just be doing nothing. The idea is that you're still contributing while you're keeping an eye out. It's like if you think that a flanker is coming around on you, you don't sit... Oh, fucking hair. You don't sit looking at the doorway that you think the flanker is going to come through the entire time. You are continuing to shoot at the enemy team while you're... and to just keep an eye on the doorway that you think the flanker is going to come through. It's the same with the tire. Obviously, the tire coming through the doorway is scarier than a flanker is, but, like... you want to be doing something at the same time. You don't want to ever be doing nothing. Especially mid-fight. You don't want to ever be doing nothing. Because Overwatch is a very team-based game, right? You have to... if you're going to carry the game, you have to be as involved in the game as you physically can possibly be. So you want, like, if you're playing a DPS, the goal is to do as much DPS as you possibly can. If you're healing, it's to healing your team as much as possible and staying alive as much as possible. You want to always be doing something. Don't just, like, remove yourself from the game. Even if, like, you're anticipating something. Just still be contributing while anticipating. And then, if you're anticipating it, you can react to it happening, even if you weren't, like, actively, like, watching. So we kind of jumped, almost walked off the edge. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. It's a sad day. Now, that's one of those things that could very easily be the difference between winning and losing a game, but we won the fight anyway. Great. We don't get punished, don't have to learn, but, watch your step. Yeah, it's, that has to be the ledge that kills the most people, right? Like, outside of King of the Hill, because, yeah, the ledges are built-in hazards to, like, most King of the Hill maps, but, like, outside of a King of the Hill map, that has to be the ledge that kills the most people. Especially, like, Reinhardts who like to push the shift key. No, I don't know what you... I've never charged off that edge because I was attacking and pushed shift. I don't know why you'd accuse me of that, you... God, these people. Anyway, so we've kind of just hopped in. Gotta look before you leap when you're playing Winston. Jumping into the entire enemy team is a real good way to get yourself killed. You know, we're looking for people who are relatively off by themselves. We don't want to jump into the entire team, because then the entire team's just going to turn on you and kill you. Winston's quite soft as a tank. Tire happened. Tire didn't kill Bastion, killed Mercy. It's a straight phase on Numbani. We're not exactly expecting to have a lot of trouble here. So we'll never kill the Moira in that situation, but we did get some ult charge off of her at the very least, so there's that. Bastion has decided to waste his ultimate. So, you know, that's his decision to make. Configuration tank isn't, like, that good, though. So it's not really the end of the world. I mean, yeah, it can kill people, but, like, it's no Dragon Blade. It's no Riptire. It's no Tac Visor, you know. No one spends a game quaking in fear like, oh god, what if he has configuration tank, you know? So Moira's doing this. She's doing that, like, none of her team are here. Roadhog's trying to flank right now. There's a Junkrat over here. Like, he's by himself. It's no big deal. McCree just used Deadeye and caught, Mercy and Soldier with it. That's really bad. Most of our team are dead. We're just leaving now. I don't know where McCree was. If we were keeping closer track of McCree, we could have probably stopped it, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that Winston is the one taxed with the job of stopping Deadeye, you know? It's not quite up on his list of concerns at the same time. Though, during that team fight, I do kind of not know where really anybody was, you know? Oh, did you see that? Did you see that, the lurking danger in that shot? I wonder what's around that door. Yeah, we almost walked into him without noticing. Oh no. He's hooked, that feels bad. At least we don't use our ultimate. I know, so... Oh no, this is pre-nerf. What the fuck? I thought this was post-nerf. because I got this email recently. I guess the game's a little older than I thought it was. Goddamn. Oh, Jesus. You can't rely on me for anything. I was so confident this was post-nerf, and then Mercy just comes in like, nope, just kidding, everyone's alive again. Fuck me. Alright, anyway. At least we held our ult. I've seen so many Winstons in that kind of hopeless situation just blow their ult on it anyway. Like, oh yeah, I'll survive. No, you definitely won't. So here's the thing with the Winston, the Roadhog around the corner, right? Is that we knew he was there. He was by himself. And it's really hard to get out of that room if you get caught. So we called out that he was there. What we should really do is come around the corner and fucking murder the Roadhog because he's out of position. Instead, we took the path of trying to, like, circumnavigate him. But if we all just go through that doorway and pile in on the Roadhog, we'll kill him. At the very least, we'll get a lot of ult charge off of him before he gets away, but we'll probably kill him because he's up there by himself and he's got to walk a long way to get back to safety. We could have punished him for being by himself rather than just trying to circumnavigate him. Because, you know, while we're getting around him is great in and of itself. If we kill him, that's even better, because then they're 5v6 during the team fight. And, it probably would not have been that hard to do. Our team was not necessarily, like, kill him super fast, but, like, we would probably kill the dude. So they're going that way. We don't really want to go that way as Winston, so we're coming around this way. Hooray! We're behind them right now, and they're... Tase the Mercy. Oh no, they turned on us. We did almost get the Mercy. Very tragic. Some of our team went underneath. There's you know, we almost got the Mercy. Didn't quite get the Mercy. Feels bad, man. Let me go back and watch. Like, I'm going back really fucking far right now, but what I'm basically looking for right now is if we could have had the opportunity to punch her and finish her off. We did. We could have walked into her a little bit more and tried to punch her to finish her off, because, you know, we get an opportunity right there. Like, we are hesitant to go closer to them because they're right next to the edge of the bubble, and, like, Junkrat's spooky. We could, if we, but at the same time, we're not going to die super fast to just Junkrat. If Mercy's getting real low and close to death, you want to, like, get into her and try to finish her off, like, as quickly as possible, and, like, punching someone at low health to finish them off as Winston is, like, a thing to keep in mind. What was I saying? Punching people to finish them off as Winston is, like, an important thing. Because sometimes you don't have very big opportunities with Winston. People can very easily slink away from you, so knowing when somebody is low enough you can punch them and finish them off is, like, important, because you don't want to give the person the extra little chance of getting away. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily makes the hugest difference right there, but we probably could have killed Mercy. If we were, like, a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Because, like, yeah, we don't want to, like, walk too close to them and get fucked up, but Junkrat by himself is the one that was trying to focus us. He's not going to kill us that quickly. The one that's going to kill us quickly is Roadhog, who killed us quickly anyway, so we got in, finish the Mercy off quicker, we can try and disappear quicker. Anyway, blah 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 blah. So things that stand out the most in this game, mostly mechanical stuff. I went on this really big tirade about being efficient in games, but that's not really the thing that stood out one of the things that stood out the most in this game. I'm a very rambling person, I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah. Mechanical stuff was mostly what stood out during the Roadhog sections. And some efficiency stuff where, like, we remove ourselves from the game for periods of time, but, like, more me really fixating on one particular thing than anything else. So, anyway, there were no questions in the email, right? Let me just double check really quickly. Nope. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. Join our Discord. We got a Discord. I'll link it in the description if you want to ask more questions more directly. Or just chat and hang out, you know. We talk about stuff, we have a good time. There was a lot of shit posting yesterday. Come join the Discord server, have a great time. And I hope you found the video helpful.